So 2E0KAZ. Karen, show us your shack. So Karen, tell us about your shack.
Well, it was up in my bedroom.
Yeah.
But decided after a year up there with more and more equipment and this unit blocking out the light that I would bring it down into this room here, because although it's not very big, it's big enough for me. Mm-hmm. At the time I only had the FT817, as you can see it's only a tiny little rig. It was marvellous for a year, absolutely superb, but I've outgrown it and now I needed something big, so managed to get hold of this Alinco. It's a DX, 77DX from Richard ITB, and that plus the tuner, absolutely brilliant, really is lovely. I can sit and listen to my heart's content now, really good. There's my meter, my power supply, and that's the linear amp for the FT817 to bring that up from up to 35 watts. Okay. I've got the computer in here, but that is purely for looking up where the DX stations are, and also for QRZ, so I can see where people are, because I'm still not very quick at picking up call signs. So I go on to the DX Summit, and that tells me where the DX is, so I can hunt around for it and see how loud I can get it. But I'm not running enough power really to beat the big boys at that, but I do sometimes get through. In the first week that I had the rig, I spoke to Fuerteventura, Padova, which I think is probably one of the Romanian states, New York, Baltimore, Pennsylvania. Absolutely over the moon, really am. I sit here every night just listening and just seeing what I can work. Brilliant, absolutely love it. And these ones from America, of course, are very precious to me, and I'm absolutely over the moon with those. Really pleased with those. And of course, Fuerteventura, I mean, it's a little island, it's brilliant. I enjoy the concept of HF, working HF, and working DX America. And further afield, I've been trying to talk to Brazil last night, but couldn't quite get there. But I think he was beaming in the wrong direction for me, because he was only talking to Americans. But having the PC linked up, I suppose I should do more with it and try and chase satellites and stuff like that, but I think it's a bit beyond me at the moment. But I enjoy what I do, and that's the main thing. Up here, I've got photographs of me when I was at the age when I was first interested in amateur radio. And if you look there, there's me with one of my old Army receivers, and there's me last year in front of the same sort of Army receiver, and that's 30 years on, so that's how long I've been involved in amateur radio. But of course that's my original QSL card that I used to send out, and that was many years ago. And of course poor old GHCTT now is passed on, but I think it makes me smile when I see how enthusiastic I was then, and how much I've come on now. I'm due to take the next exam in a few months' time, and I've been swatting all day at my maths, so hopefully I'll pass that and get my M0. But I like my call sign 2E0KZ because it's distinctive for me, and I'd like to keep it.
Right, Karen, would you like to now show us your antennas that you've got here? So let's have a look. Well, there's a collinear, yeah.
And that's for 2 metres and 6 metres.
2 metres and 6 metres, yeah. And do you use that one?
Yes, I do use that one for contesting.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that basically most people can get more than the beam in the loft. Right, the other aerial, as you can see, is the long one. That comes right the way down to my line post and comes down to this little box of tricks down here.
Yes.
Which is an auto ATU, which is marvellous, absolutely superb. Just purchased that, and it really is the best thing since sliced bread.
Which one?
It's the Alinco DX77.
Right.
And it goes with the rig that I bought from one of the club members.
Yes. And you get on HF with that?
It's absolutely superb. I have made my first contact to New York last week and was dancing around the room in absolute glee, texting everyone I know because I didn't think I'd ever get to America.
That's marvellous. So tell me, the long wire that you got attached to your tuner, how long is that?
It's intermittent, but we don't know the length.
We don't know. It's just a long wire, is it?
But it was put up there by Dave with the aid of a potato. The story was in the club magazine, but you had to literally throw a potato over the chimney pot to get the aerial up there in the pouring rain. No, we're going to cut it down a bit, and we're thinking of putting up another 20-metre aerial and extending the length of the line post so we can get 20-metre aerial on top of that. My neighbours don't seem to mind, so I'm just going to go for it. They seem to worry a bit at first when that aerial went up, but they're all right now. And we've solved all the problems of interference. We seem to have had problems in that direction and next door, but they seem fine now, so I've got no problems.